Hey guys, it's Matt Fielder with MJF Guide Service giving you your July 3rd fishing report. Guys, the fishing is still pretty solid. The lake level is coming down. We're at 924.27. The water temp is rising, so getting more summery. It's 86 to 88. From what I've seen, I've been up the James, I've been in Kimberling, I've been up by the dam for my trips since the last time I did a report for you guys. So I've kind of been all over. The one place I haven't been is way up the White yet. I've been in the mouth of the White, but not way up it, just how the trips have gone. But the bite is changing a little bit for me. So something to kind of look for you guys this weekend. I haven't been catching them over the last 2 days as much, shaking a minnow all that well. It seems like they've kind of transitioned more to a paddle tail for me, and it seems like that bite has been better over timber than it has been on the points, like as of the last few days of this week. I would say over the last 3 or 4 days, the minnow bite has gone, I wouldn't say completely away because I'm still getting some bites on it, but they are eating a bigger minnow, in my opinion. So, the 5.2 Echo, they've also been eating this juggle minnow by 6 cents. It's been a good bait for me. When they do commit on some of those fish that are down there, you'll see tons and tons of fish on the bottom. And before they were just storming up and eating it, you may just need to change the size to see which one they wanted on that particular day. But it seems like they're not committing as well on your standard, fork style minnow bait. They have been eating up, a Prodigy all right. Especially if you throw it over timber. I'm seeing a few more largemouth coming out with that water level dropping. They're dropping it pretty quick. So, it's been going down like almost a foot a day for the last few days. So we're down to 924.27. So that's going to pull some of those largemouth that, you guys have been catching in the bushes. It's going to start pulling them out. So for this 4th of July weekend, if you guys are out there fishing, kind of keep that in mind. If you've been up there flipping a lot, they'll probably be towards the front of the bushes, if not already out on some of those points. And brush piles and some of those channel swings with timber or channel swings with brush, they may start really grouping up in some of that stuff as we progress forward through the weekend. Some of the key baits for me this weekend, or this week so far, still have been catching them on a Prodigy. The 3.5-inch Prodigy's been doing really well. We're a 3.3 Kitech, a 3.8 Kitech's been working. The drop shot has really been picking up this week big time. I mean, I have been catching them on a drop shot, but this week I've been getting a lot more bites throwing a drop shot. This is just a Robo Worm. I've also been throwing, this one is in Morning Dawn. I've also been catching them on MM2, which is like a purple with a brown on the bottom. I've been catching quite a few fish on a Flutter spoon. This is a Nichols Flutter spoon. I've also been catching them on the Dixie Jet Talon. We have those in stock. What I like about the Dixie Jet Talon is it's got 3 treble hooks on it, 2 on either side and 1 on the bottom. They're in at Modern Outdoor Tackle, so it's a really good flutter spoon. You can catch, obviously all 3 bass species on it, as well as been catching some walleye on it too. So if you guys like walleye, throw that flutter spoon. I've also been catching some on just a slab spoon. This one's in silver. I've been throwing it in silver and in white. Just whatever I pull out first and throw it. They've been eating it all right. especially if they're kind of schooled up. It kind of gets them fired up. Or if you see some hanging off of cables in front of the docks, this has been a good bait to go to. It really seems to get them fired and biting pretty good. So bull spoons have been working really well for me lately. The minnow bite going back the other way, except for if you throw more of a paddle tail, they've been committing better. But the best bait for me lately has been a jig. I don't know where I put it. I've been throwing a 1/2 ounce jewel football jig or a peewee football jig. For me, a green pumpkin with orange or PB&J have been my two best colors as far as the jig bite goes, and it has been my most consistent and strong bite this week has been on a jig. I've been seeing a lot of crawfish in the throats of some of these fish. Smallmouth are still hanging around. A lot of spotted bass, and we're running into a few more largemouth than we have, at least outside of the bushes, this week. So that's really good to see. If you guys aren't flippers, those largemouth are starting to come out. Now I'm seeing most of the largemouth come out of timber, not necessarily on the points as much, except for up the river. Then you're catching some largemouth, especially up the James, on some of those points. The brush piles are fine, but you're mostly catching a lot of spots out of them. So if you're going to target largemouth, stick to the timber. Still check, because it's any day now that those largemouth could show up inside some of your favorite brush piles out on the lake. Channel swing points have still been my go-to. The largemouth have also been more, at least in the timber, on some of that, bluffy type stuff, bluff points that are on a channel swing, and there's some timber there. That's where more of my largemouth have been coming from, even down either mid-lake or up by the dam. Those channel swings with a bluff, deep water next to it has been more consistent. Really happy to see that the catching smallmouth numbers has still been pretty good. Typically in the summertime, it seems like sometimes they don't vanish, but you seem to catch less of them. But this year so far, I don't know if it's because of the water staying up high, and we have some more movement in the water, each day with them dropping the water, that they're holding on and not going out to no man's land and getting super deep. So smallmouth bite's still going on pretty good. With that being said, a tube has been working. This one's an X-Zone tube. This one's in Beetlejuice color. It's been really good for me. All I've been doing is putting it on like a 3/8 ounce head, casting it out as far as we can, letting it go all the way to the bottom, and mixing between a drag and a stroke on the tube, and been getting quite a few bites doing that. So fishing's still really good, guys. Depending on what you like doing, you can kind of, target if you want to shake something, or if you want to just swim a swim bait. You're more than likely going to go to the trees. But if you want to get out there and throw, get your bait casters out and throw a tube or a jig, that's been my best bite, is the jig. The jig has really produced this week for me. So that's what I'd be doing if I was going out this weekend, which got a few trips coming up this weekend. So we'll probably be throwing a lot of jigs and hopefully landing on some big schools out there. So thanks for watching this week, guys, and until next week, good luck out there, and have a very safe and happy 4th of July. Stay safe on the water, watch out for others, and have a good time, and happy 4th of July. Have a good week, guys.